Mr. Wade, what was the evidence that the Dallas police had gathered that made them consider this case closed?
Well, the Dallas police, in saying it's closed, they meant it's closed as far as Oswald was concerned, the defendant. They had gathered a great deal of evidence. One, a number of people saw the person in the particular window in the bookstore building. They described the person as this person, the defendant Oswald, being similar to him, not a positive identification.
Were any pictures brought forth
Uh,
taken at that time?
No
during this
pictures of him that were anybody could read at that time. They found in this particular window that was pointed out to the police boxes or bookcases stacked around the window where other people couldn't see what's going on at the window. They found two boxes where the defendant was sitting or leaning on at the time he was waiting or shooting the president. On this box, palm prints of the defendant were found. The palm prints identified as coming from the left hand of the defendant Oswald. They were fresh prints. Ejected shells, 3 from this gun, later identified as the defendant's gun, having purchased it by mail order under an assumed name. They were found there. The gun was found in that room on that same floor, and he had purchased it last March from a mail order house and had it sent here in an assumed name. Cards were found on him identifying him or with this assumed name, identifying him as that person. We obtained pictures of the defendant holding a gun similar to this and also a pistol. As he started to leave the building, a police officer stopped him and put his gun on him. The manager of the building told him that this person employed there and it'd be all right for him to go. Investigation showed he was the only one missing employee. This description and name was broadcast. And he went from there to the bus, caught a bus at Lamar Street, went part of the way to his address over in Oak Cliff. While on the bus, he told the bus driver the president had just been shot, and later told a driver that he'd been shot and laughed at the time.
This would indicate that it was his intention to kill the president.
Yes, I believe he just said he'd been shot. I don't know whether he didn't know at that time that he'd been killed, I don't think. A cab driver picked him up. He went home. His landlady said he changed clothes and left. As he's walking toward the theater a block or so from his house, he ran into a police officer. Tippit motioned to him, said something to him. 3 witnesses saw him go up and say something to the police officer. As the police officer got out of the car, he shot him 3 times. A civilian there broadcast on the police radio and later picked up the gun and followed him into the Texas theater. He was found in there and later snapped a pistol against another police officer before being subdued. The man that brought him to work that morning from Irving had a package under his arm similar to a gun that he said was window shades. His wife said he had this gun the night before. It was missing that morning. His fingerprints were found on the gun by the Dallas police.
Is this the rifle?
The rifle. And the paraffin test showed that on both hands that he'd recently shot a gun.
What does the district attorney's office consider the most important evidence in the case? Is there any one item?
It's not any one item. It's the item of proving his gun was the one that did the killing. His fingerprints were on it. His prints were at the scene where the man was seen sitting at the window, and he immediately fled and later killed a police officer.
In your mind, there is no reasonable doubt as to his guilt, and had he been tried, he would have been sentenced to death.
There's no doubt in my mind that he was guilty of the assassination of President Kennedy and would have been convicted.
Thank you very much, sir.
Okay.
This is Bill Lord reporting from the Dallas City Hall.